Hey guys, just wanted to show you around real quick. This is Whole Foods. Please don't dox me. And we'll just zooming around here. It's a nice spot and worthwhile setting. Just good fun. Just good fun. You can see the nice atmosphere here. Just a nice setting. Yeah. In any case, worthwhile to discuss serious subject matter, namely the interactions between. Well, let me just show you a little more here. I just want to show you. You can see how luxurious it is here. I mean, this is really all brand new construction, top of the line, modern. It's called Ward Village. We're at Whole Foods here, and just imagine how much construction it took here, guys, to pull this off. But I'm going to get to my serious subject in a moment. I just want to show you the store here, and nice wood, natural wood grain, a lot of production gone in. So right behind us is my little office spot. Don't dox me on my location, but we're gonna go ahead and go ahead and get some water here, and we're going to talk about the physical realm, about how people connect to each other intimately, and how it's important to look. So you check out my little spot here. Got my stuff. So whatever you do, just keep it a secret, my location, until I upload the video. So what you have is different people, and lots of people are attracted to lots of different people, and basically when I hear things like, guy wants a certain woman, or woman talks about she wants a certain type of guy, or certain qualities, strength, money, type of appearance, the appearance and how, like, their sex organs, if they're virile, if they're healthy or not. There's so many factors to consider, so you really have to prioritize for yourself what you want in your life, what's important to you. I think it's worth considering that what really compels people to be with each other is not so much that's the perfect body type that I could imagine, and their wife says that, this husband has plenty of money and stability and they can look out for me. That's only the physical realm. Okay, sexual interaction is just like it's like giving drugs to each other. It's not of great consequence. It's only the second chakra. Okay. What is significant is people's souls. What is significant is I want to be with this person for the rest of my life, and I would never want to be with, say, a younger woman, even if she gets older. That's impressive. That's exciting. What's not impressive or not remarkable, but the ego thinks, people seducing each other with their body and money. You might think that, you might classify it as envy, but really I don't think that there is such a thing as envy. I think all there is either a disapproval or an agreement with the way somebody is, how they're acting, how they're treating their body, if they're using their body to seduce and manipulate people. By the way, it's worth looking up how people manipulate. It's easier than you think. You got to be careful. Sometimes people will be friendly. Sometimes they'll offer you something to see what you're needing. Maybe they find out that you're lonely or hungry and they offer you something and then they leverage it against you. Maybe they try and get you in a place where they're having influence or power, like maybe their house or in their car. They might do such thing they might do such thing as let me show you the view here though. It's such a nice what a fucking place. I mean, look at this place, dude. This is like state of the art, man. This is freaking state of the art. Gorgeous. Just it's inspiration, you know. Like people think that it's insignificant to have nice luxuries in life, but when you're exposed to that, if say a poor person is exposed to goes on a nice vacation, they see, wow, look what the world is, then they get compelled, like, you know what, I actually want to be a part of this action. I want to be successful financially and beyond. In any case, so a series of reasons to not, pop culture can make references to, say, things like that are politically incorrect, like breasts or pee-pee. By the way, the VV, I believe, is politically correct because we should all celebrate women and their bodies. I don't think breasts are that important, though. I think wide hips are important. So the childbirth, it's not like it's easy to give birth. But anyway, this brings up a whole Pandora's box. This talks about, what would you be, do you want people to love you and pretend to love you and it be contrived, or do you want people to actually love you for you and if you lose your wealth or your health, they still want to enjoy their whole life with you, life partner, dream mate. I think these are great ideas that I've come up with. I really do. I really feel like I'm like an intelligent guy and I know what I'm talking about. I've come up with this idea that we're all the consciousness. That's a pervasive concept in New Age and whatnot, but you have to really look at it as like when you look at people and you can look at stuff, it's fucking you. You are the consciousness behind everything. And it's not good to think about these positive, uplifting spiritual ideas when you're in a dangerous situation. This is something you want to get to a safe place and then really think about stuff. We're all God. We should look at bodies and the world as we can mold it to what we want. And in specific, for example, virility, getting an erection. You want to be able to have it, like when you're standing up, I think, when you want to be able to have an erection and not have, you see what I mean? Like it be able to maintain it and not have to, So, as far as like compatibility, like the PP and the VV, the size, the dimensions, health and appearance are actually, I think, more important than like people say that it's important to have bigger PP or bigger VV. Like you have to realize that these are two things that are compatible, and it just kind of, and people think that you have to have experience with people intimately in order to see if you're compatible. But guess what? You can determine enough about each other by via web camera chat and maybe chatterbait or whatever it is. I don't even know what that is, but I hear people talking about that, and I get the gist of it. I get the picture. The point being that it's too individualized to say that this is the ideal situation or body. People like variety, and people are attracted to lots of different people. All that considered, you don't want to be with someone that's not physically attracted to you. That would be, that would just put pressure on you to say an older guy wanting to be with a younger woman, because of money. Like, why would you want to be with a submissive woman that is incompetent and can't at least meet her own basic needs? It has a lot to do with power and submission and dominance, and nothing to do with love. In fact, the reason I think people hate each other in one sense is and do these things, and like even myself, I used to have an unconscious bias towards women, but I realized that it was, and men. I realized it was because I had low self-esteem, and the reason for that was because I was naming people as my authority, even if they're good people. The very act of naming somebody your authority, your parent, uncle, whatever, it makes you upset. It makes you angry. It makes you anxious. So it's not a healthy thing. And nobody wants to be submissive. When you when you tell a child, oh, you're my little boy or girl, and then send them out into the world without you, send them out unprepared, they're going to be subject to the manipulation and dangers of the world, because there are domineering people in the world, right? So you want to teach them to, name them by their own name, and don't name yourself your father. Just say you're letting them stay under your roof, and it's an exchange. It's like we agree that you can stay under my roof insofar as you abide by these expectations, and if they don't, I think laws should allow parents to kick their children out if they're deviating from the rules of the household, because really that's what it is. And the worst thing is when the child acts badly, it's really the parents' fault, because guess who's feeding and clothing the child? So literally the parents are giving the energy to the child, and the child may be engaging in destructive behaviors. That's why money is fuel to a fire. So never add money to a bad situation or an unlearned, uneducated younger person who will just possibly destroy themselves, if not others, and be financially lacking in prudence with the money. All right, so see, the ego thinks that it's good to have more and more and more. I, for example, don't like to have women to have breasts. I think it's better they be maybe filled with milk during child pregnancy, but otherwise I just think they kind of get in the way of general health and the back health and exercise and intimacy and hugging, and I don't like how they are a topic of discussion, and I want good for the world, and so that starts with the individual. Remember, these are private matters, and when as far as who you're attracted to or who you like or what you do in your privacy of your home, when you talk about it openly, that makes it lose its power and sacredness and intrigue, and it's your own personal life. So I think when people talk about, like, oh, they want to be intimate with so and so, or oh, they have a whatever their body is, it's really a lack of respect, but it's important to see people's character. Don't underestimate when people say, like, oh, I'm la la la, I'm so great. Don't like minimize them and say, why are you talking about that? Just observe scientifically, notice, okay, you know what, that person said that. It's revealing of their character. What else? So yeah, and I believe in no intimacy before marriage. By the way, that includes verbal and even kissing intimacy. People don't realize that. All those might, don't tease each other. That's the point. Nothing lukewarm, nothing half-hearted, all passion or nothing. Like if you hire a prostitute, which by the way means you don't respect them and you seduce each other for body and money, but all that really is it's just it's not truth. It's not you. It's not your dreams. That time span that you spent with each other, you need that time and energy for yourself to develop your dreams, so that you have a nice stable life that you can share with your dream mate. But like I was saying, it'll feel so much better to be with a dream mate and love each other, give yourself each other passion. It's beyond the body. It's beyond quote unquote sexuality. It's more. You feel good about each other and you want to love each other, or you want to care about each other because you like each other's dreams. And It's, more specifically than love, it's be just commitment. And not forcibly. It's not like, oh, this person likes this, so I'll have to tolerate that. It's, you really do like each other, and and people are very individual. Like, you might think that, oh, I can't figure out who to choose, so many different people. When you really have high self-esteem and specificity, and you're acting like a royalty or nobility, and you know what you want and you know who you are, you're going to be quite selective. Especially if you think you're wealthy or you actually are wealthy, you're going to be more specific about who you want to be with. And a side note, I think it's odd that sometimes I notice that women seem to talk about their relationships and their intimacy lives. I don't think that's healthy. Guys don't really do that. It's not like they're talking about like, oh, this this woman likes me. This woman's like, whatever, I really like her, and we like, men don't really talk about their personal lives. They respect each other's personal space, and I think that there's a problem with women who kind of gossip about, oh, they talk about intimate details and whatever. In any case, those are my thoughts. Thanks for considering, and remember, don't be distracted by all other people. Want good for them. Be able to look at people and not be envious, but just want them to have, if they have nice bodies or money, want them to enjoy it and make use of it. And if you don't like your body, just invest in your future incarnations. And don't have children. But you have to really want good for all. That's like higher level consciousness. You know what I mean? It's just going in that direction of like, how as consciousness or God can we improve the world and just be able to look at all people's bodies as belonging to you, all consciousness as being you. Thanks for considering.